Oh yeah, episode 286. Why did I sound like like I was moaning? That's crazy. Yeah. We're a little condensed today because I kind of fucked up the technical aspect of it. But yeah, welcome to episode 286.
Are you just eating the microphone again?
Yeah.
This man has been trying to set this up for approximately 2 hours in his kitchen.
What'd you say about 2 hours?
You've been trying to set this up for 2 hours in your kitchen.
It's been half an hour actually.
Thank God
We got here at 9 o'clock and it's 11.
We were eating pizza and drinking. You fucking douchebag.
I got here at 9:40.
You got here at 9:40. Yeah. So we.
This post is sponsored by
at
not Blue Point.
It is not sponsored,
Open your
but
eyes.
we love you guys.
Open your eyes.
So we only have 2 mics today because I actually don't know how this piece of equipment works. Oops. So anyway, we have a plethora of discussion today. Suck my dick.
All right, let's go around the table, introduce ourselves.
So we got Mackie over here in the corner,
Hi, what's up, all?
and then right next to me we got Steve.
Yo, what it do? What it do?
Then we have Jeff in the corner that's sipping.
Exploding beer.
Oh my God, bro! Look at it.
Suck it, Jeff. And then we got Anthony over here.
I'm Tony to Tony.
He's Tony to Tony. And then yeah.
Time.
So I wanted to first start off today by talking about the Russian interview, the interview with Tucker Carlson and Vladimir Putin. That was pretty cool. I don't know if you guys, we were watching a little bit of it, and I have to say I wasn't too. I was impressed with Putin, but I was also very disappointed.
So first, let me take you back to 870.
Shut the yo. No, it was crazy.
I think it was
get my
so
proper
funny when Tucker Carlson was like, I wasn't there. I was busy that day.
No, literally, because Putin was like, "You blew up the Nord Stream pipeline," and Tucker's like, I wasn't there. I was busy that day. And then he says, no. You may have an alibi, but your CIA does not. And then you have Joe Biden that's like certified retard by the court.
Hello,
And he's
America.
like, oh, ice cream.
America's back.
Ice cream.
He said, I told him, America's back. And they said, how long you back for?
Yo, okay, so who do you guys think is going to win the 2024 race? Do you think if it's between Biden or Trump, who do you think is going to win?
Listen, I feel like in the case of what it is right now, that everyone knows Joe is not making it another 4 fucking years. But if Trump gets reelected, he is going to be in legal trouble up the wazoo because nobody's fucking exempt. President
no
should
way.
not be exempt from the law.
In fact, they just ruled that actually that he's not exempt.
Mm-hmm.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But then Judge Eileen Cannon released 25 names of people that came out against Trump or something,
Really?
or that were involved in the case.
Okay.
And so now those are public records, and as far as I know, I think 1 or 2 have already received a death threat.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Bro, who's setting out these death threats?
Random ass MAGA folks in the cult.
Okay, but like, who do you
4chaners.
think is really sending? It's not like
4chan.
4chan?
4chan.
I am fully under the impression that the people who are sending these death threats are the exact same people that were praying outside of the ballot counting areas during the 2020 election, praying for them to stop the count after Trump had taken a slight lead over Biden. And I'm talking about the real culty people. People that were waiting for Kennedy to come back in Dallas. Because, of course, where you would come back is directly where your head explodes, right?
Do you think they try to get like? Do you think they try to drink like samples of Trump's nut to like gain the power?
What the fuck?
On a separate note, I think that
They definitely would. That's just Republican gamer girl bathwater.
All right.
it's all propaganda.
I mean, honestly, man, when it comes to like the 2024 race, it's like a lose-lose situation because you have this guy Biden can't find his fucking way off a stage. You know, he's like Trump return the Great Lakes. Those are Great Lakes. I'm like, what? What are the Great Lakes? What's he talking about? And then just Trump is just like,
You're gay.
yeah, exactly. So it's just, I don't know. I just feel like it's a lose-lose situation. So
Personally,
it might be just very interesting. When
I
it
would
just
rather
comes-
have a president who's on Twitter saying, hey, You fuck around, I'm gonna bomb you.
I mean, yeah.
Instead of having a president who's, has dementia, he's hiding away, doesn't know where he is, and he's sending billions and billions of dollars to.
He shit his pants in front of the Pope. He did. No, like when he met with the Pope, apparently he went and he went to the bathroom or something, and he came out wearing different a different pair of pants. So
That's kitchen table.
apparently he shit his pants. That's the rumor going around that he apparently shit his pants in front of the Pope. It's because he came back out with different pants.
I would love it if Joe. I mean, it would be horrible for the country, but to know that Joe Biden had a pissy shitty incident in the whole in the Vatican.
Could be worse. Didn't Bush Sr. throw up on the Japanese Prime Minister?
That's pretty base though. If he did do that.
So I think it would be absolutely fucking hilarious in the scenario, which would not happen, where, what's her name?
Kamala Harris.
No, not Kamala Harris. The one who's running against
Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley. In the scenario that Nikki Haley did beat Trump in the primary and went up against Biden, how funny would it be that the first woman president is a Republican?
I'm gonna be honest. I think it's fucking hilarious that she lost to nobody in Nevada. Did you see that? She fucking lost. There was nobody there, and she still lost. They said,
they took him off the
I want not her. That's what they said.
Not her.
I think DeSantis gave up too easily. I don't know.
It's fucking crazy how JFK's head just did that randomly.
What is that other guy's name?
Nah. You know what? You know what's so funny though is that I think Nikki Haley. Charlie said it best. He was like, Nikki Haley is Dick Cheney in high heels, and that's just fucking. Wait, what do you mean the other guy? What other guy?
The Indian guy, whatever.
Oh, Vivek Ramaswamy?
Yeah,
Yo, that dude's a faggot, bro. He he's like, let's raise the voting age to 25. I'm like, for what?
Really?
Yeah. He also didn't want women to vote.
I would agree.
Yeah.
What's this, 1820?
Pretty much.
I would agree with the voting age raised to 21 because
No,
I
that's
knew too many people who were turned fucking 18 straight out of high school, had no idea what the fuck was going on, who should not have been able to vote.
Bro, but then what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen in that situation is the adulthood is gonna get raised to 21, and that's gonna suck balls because it's like, okay, if we can't vote it under 21, then we shouldn't be able to join the military, and then we shouldn't be able to pay taxes, and then we're gonna rope our way right back.
It's hypocritical that I can go die in a war at 18, but I can't have a drink. Make it make sense.
Exactly.
I can get my dick chopped off at 13, but God forbid I go over and I go to vote at fucking 16. I can't do it. I can get my dick chopped off, but I can't.
Yeah, bro, it's weird though, man. It's strange how it's all these different rules, and like I just said, now they're gonna raise the drinking age. They'll probably raise the drinking age now to 25. They're gonna raise the voting age to 21. What's next?
Yeah, you need to be 20. You need to be 21 to
now you gotta be 30
eat the
years
microphone.
old.
You have to be 21 to get
Yeah.
what's it called? Get ammo right now.
Yeah.
You also have to have a pistol license for semi-automatic. Correct me if I'm wrong. Exactly. It's are you kidding me, bro?
Now what's next? You gotta be 30 to rent a car.
That's just
Well,
New
you don't
York.
have to be. You don't have to
Just
be.
New
You
York I'm
don't have to be
talking
21 to get ammo. You could be 18 to get ammo.
about. Yeah, but you gotta have an ID.
Yeah, you have to have an ID. Yeah. And background check for an ammo.
You can be 14 and get a boning license.
I used to go down to the range and get my ammo for $10 on the black market. No.
Nice.
Joe Biden did not knife fight Corn Pop in a public pool parking lot for to be disrespected like this.
What'd you say?
That Joe Biden did not a knife fight Corn Pop in a parking lot to be. No, I looked this
How many
up.
flights of stairs did he fall up?
Come on, Jack.
Wait.
No, but I looked it up. Apparently, Corn Pop's a real dude.
Oh yeah.
He's actually a real dude. Yeah, he was some just neighborhood hoodlum or some shit.
Okay.
Dude, I'm
And,
just
Joe
waiting to
Biden
see
was a
Trump on that
lifeguard at the-
debate stage. I'm just waiting for him to hop on that fucking stage.
Yeah, he was a lifeguard
you're
at
slow.
a place.
You don't know what's going on.
And then he just had a fucking he pulled a razor blade on him in the parking lot after he told him to leave. This guy fucking had a knife fight with Corn Pop. So shit, fuck it.
Yeah, but all of that could be. I don't know. How real do you think that is, though?
Yeah, if that's real, then call
Multiple
me
people
Kanye.
in Delaware have said that Corn Pop is a real individual.
You
Story
can't say that, you're
itself was
Jewish.
the subject, but Corn Pop himself was a real guy, and he died in 2017, I think. was either 2017 or he died fairly recently.
He died before Biden.
Did he really just say that?
He was like 30 when he
Knife
fought
fight
Biden, and
Pokemon? Is that
Biden
what
was
just
like
happened?
20.
Oh, really?
He was a little bit older,
don't
yeah.
believe this.
But he died like fairly recently.
Like I'm just hiding right behind you too.
Yeah, it's okay.
What about hiding?
I'm hiding. No, I was like I'm leaning backwards and like leaning. I realized that camera can barely see my forehead.
Yeah, Mackie, you gotta kind of like hug me a little bit. Yeah, you got.
Oh,
Thanks for telling me this.
Yeah, no worries. I just noticed it on the camera. Yeah, probably little foot action. My balls are sticky.
Gentlemen have foot fetishes. They really do.
I'm assuming, but let's just keep this microphone for the three of us and you two.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that way we're not. Yeah,
I'm cool with that. We pretty
yeah,
much
I'm
just
agreed.
like this.
I'm agreed with that.
No.
So,
Yeah, that's staying in.
All right, let's talk about the bigger thing than the 2024 election.
what's that?
Vince McMahon,
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, the guy that.
CEO of WWE, WWF.
Oh my god, I was about to ask what WWF.
So for those of you who don't know, Vince McMahon is was the CEO and the founder of the World Wrestling Federation, later the World Wrestling Entertainment Corporation. They've been around for approximately 60 years, but I've gotten really popular about 40 years ago with the first ever WrestleMania. And it just recently came out that Vince McMahon himself is a rampant sexual predator, even though it was already known. But now it is fully coming to light just how depraved this guy actually is. Yeah, I'm going to pass it off to Tony. Because I got to pull up something, so I'm not going to be talking.
Yeah, pull that up, Jamie. Pull that up.
So does that mean Triple H is going to take over now?
Triple H
Or is
has
Stephanie going to take the reins?
Nobody in the McMahon family even has control of WWE. The closest thing is Triple H because
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Vince McMahon shits on bitches' faces.
Allegedly.
So I will elaborate that in a second after I pull up the lawsuit paperwork.
I'm gonna be honest. I
He
feel
be,
like
he be taking shits.
I feel like a lot of people nowadays, even like in the higher areas, like CEOs, politicians, like they're either on the flight list, of Epstein's Island. Like they have some kind of dirt on them. Does that mean that like when you're at the top, you're so bored that you need to cause trouble for yourself?
Dude, yeah, pretty much. Think of it like this. Like, they've accomplished everything, so now, like, everything human is at an extreme in them. Like, you have billions of dollars. You could just do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean?
Obviously not. If he's
You got to think about it. This guy saw. He'll get more information. This guy took advantage of this girl right after her parents died, offered her a job, and then kind of, I would say, groomed her into doing all these sexual acts, passing her off to other people, and made it okay just by giving her money, giving her things, cars, trips. And what you brought up earlier, one of those people was Brock Lesnar, allegedly, which is why WWE right now is like wiping him off of everything. It actually, for last night's show, one of the infographics for the beginning of the show used to have Brock Lesnar on it. They just replaced it with a different wrestler.
Wow.
Wait, Brock Lesnar was a 300-pound missile that was sprinting into competition, right? Just want to clarify.
Yes, he was the human polar bear who attempts to maul people.
Yes. Yes, theme music barely plays, just doing a 40, trying to fuck up The Undertaker.
That's crazy.
You know what's funny? The Undertaker just started a podcast. His first episode released today.
No shit. So now Steve's got the legal proceedings from the case against McMahon.
Okay, so this is just an example. It is really a great read, actually. If Anthony is cool with it, I could send him the link again, and then maybe we could link it underneath this if anybody wants to read it. But Section 20 of the lawsuit paperwork, there's literally 67 pages of this. I have read through a decent amount of it, and frankly, I don't feel comfortable about talking 90% of it on here, but one section that will kind of give you an idea of how depraved he really can be. Section 20. As one example of McMahon's extreme depravity, on May 9th, 2020, he defecated on Miss Grant during a threesome and then commanded her to continue pleasuring his, quote, friend, end quote, with feces in her hair and running down her back, while McMahon went to the bathroom to shower off. Upon his return to the bathroom, McMahon and his, quote, friend actively resumed the threesome, which lasted over an hour and a half while Miss Grant remained covered in McMahon's filth. When McMahon's friend left, McMahon ordered her to stay and to continue to sexually gratify him. Now, one official co-defendant in this trial is one John Laurinaitis. So if anybody watched the program, he was popular about 10 years ago on TV, but he was also, still is currently a high-ranking official, mostly in the talent relations part, which is distressing because if he is involved in this, he was the one also grooming talent to, both for, sexual gratification, but also grooming them for their jobs, So it is very much not a good look for McMahon, and he was recently kicked out of TKO, which is now the parent company to both the WWE and the UFC. So Vince McMahon is currently being sued for all this. Undisclosed amount, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't say in the lawsuit. And Brock Lesnar, former wrestler about 20 years ago, NFL player, UFC fighter, is currently also implicated in these trials as well.
Holy shit. So do you think, this is going to shatter wrestling into, smaller, different companies, or do you think...
Definitely not. For one, the WWE just merged with the UFC, which is...
What?
Fucking crazy. Yeah.
No
they
shit.
merged. Like he just said, TKO is the parent company. That was both of them.
So is it now... So is WWE going to be called UFC, or they're both their own separate...
No, they're
but
both
this is one
separate, just
company?
owned by the same...
I see, okay.
So they have different higher-ups running everything. And from what just transpired the last 2 weeks, I like what I see with this entire Rock and Cody Rhodes thing. Yeah. Because, so basically, I'll give you a short rundown. So they booked Cody Rhodes to win the Royal Rumble. He wins the Royal Rumble. It was either going to be him or CM Punk. People thought it was going to be CM Punk, and he was going to go for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble. Everybody thinks that he is going to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania because that's the only thing that makes sense for him to win the Royal Rumble. If he's not going to do that, why else would he win the Royal Rumble? He literally gets on the top rope, points at Roman Reigns, says, you. The next week he comes out on SmackDown, he says, I'm going to take the title from you, but not at WrestleMania. And then brings The Rock. He brings The Rock out, which that seems like a complete political move to try and draw eyes away from the entire McMahon situation and bring more eyes to the product. But there was such an outcry from the fans. They said, we don't want this. They said, we want Cody. That was the hashtag. We want Cody. And what just happened 2 nights ago, they played on that entire thing of, oh, we're just going to do The Rock versus Roman and shove it down your throats. They had The Rock come out, act like a heel. He's like, we're going to shove it down your throats. It doesn't matter what you think. And then Cody comes out, says, this is bullshit. And they just flip the script. They give the people what they want. Yeah. And
just to interject, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, is also a major shareholder in TKO Enterprises, so it is heavily implied that this whole storyline that Tony is describing was to try and draw some of the heat away from the whole Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis issue.
Yeah, and he was just promoted to being on the board. So The Rock is on the board now.
Interesting.
But then now they're playing it into the entire storyline. They're like, oh, The Rock's on the board. He's trying to do what he wants. But it made no sense 2 weeks ago, so we're going to see where it goes. Because it made no sense for him to win the Royal Rumble. I'm sure the three of you aren't familiar. If you win the Royal Rumble, you're guaranteed a title shot at WrestleMania. You get to pick which title you want. So it only made sense for him to pick the top guy. The top guy has had the same title for 3 years. So, and he lost to him last year at WrestleMania. So he's trying to, finish his story.
Has he always been a shareholder, The Rock?
Nope. This happened this month.
Oh. So what's he just now? It's just now he's back into the whole wrestling thing? Because I've been so out of the loop. So what's he now
he's
back
probably
into
here part-time. He would, ever since the strike, the writer's strike, where, movies weren't being made, John Cena and The Rock both came back to do some part-time work. Now John Cena went back to Hollywood, and The Rock was come every other month, cut one promo,
Yeah,
and
'cause
then
I've been
go
seeing
back
him
to
a lot,
doing
yeah.
whatever he was doing.
So, not to change the subject, but I am kind of interested to hear what everyone's opinions are of climate change.
I think it should not be this hot in winter.
Yeah.
I think I'm cooking.
I'm cooking.
I mean, for it to be 60 degrees in February, like here in New York, that's a little wild to me. Like, I'm used to seeing like 20 degrees, snow, you know, shit like that. But
I think
Where's the
climate
snow?
change is fake and that this is just normally happening.
and then hold on a second. And then you go to Florida. Like my dad was just in Newport Richey, Florida. He said it was like in the 40s over there.
What?
So how is it cold in Florida and it's like warm here? So
I was talking to my friend. It's cold in Texas as well.
yeah,
He goes, it's like 40s down there. I'm like, oh, it's probably because you're northern Texas, right? You're a little bit northern, maybe towards the mountains, whatever's going
Yeah.
on down there. And so he goes, no, I'm literally right next to the border of Mexico. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
yeah.
How is it so cold down there?
Yeah.
So you know what I think? I think that everything's switching up. I think that the north is going to be turning into the south, and the south is going to be turning to the north. The equator is getting cold. I'm going to be
New
honest,
York
the
is the new
equator seems to be
Florida.
getting cold. No, seriously, they're moving back up to us. It makes sense why our property tax is so high. But I genuinely think that the equator is going to be getting colder while the other stuff is getting hotter.
I'm just looking forward to Long Island being a tropical island.
Long Island.
Long Island. My accent is finally coming back after.
On Long Island or in Long Island?
On Long Island.
Yeah, you idiot.
Jeff, why don't you pass him the mic when he talks?
On Long Island.
Here you go.
All right, so I'm no climate expert. I'm just a fucking fuck all chef.
He's just a guy.
Yeah, I'm just a random gabagool, if you will.
Just a boy.
Just a girl.
I'm just a boy.
But I came back from Florida in 2018. I came back during a snowstorm. I was, you guys might remember it. They predicted like 2 inches of snow. It ended up being like 2 feet.
Yes.
It was absolutely crazy. It was in November 2018. That was the last snowstorm and major accumulation that we had for 3 winters. And we live in an area where it's historically snowy. That ain't right. So I feel like something is definitely wrong.
And God
if you have
said-
1 year, it's an outlier year. 2 years, okay, something's a little weird. 3 years, there's a pattern here. Even this year, we've had some snow, nothing crazy, right?
Like maybe
We've had like what, an inch or two?
yeah, something like that.
And
You
God
know?
said on the third day, "You're gay. No snow."
China.
Well, it's crazy.
It's on fire.
It's-
The last
it
time I
is
saw
not.
snow on Long Island was probably like right before I left for college, and then every time I visited here, it was like 20 degrees warmer than like upstate. So like in May, I got like 36 inches of snow within 12 hours where I was at college, right?
I'm going to be honest with you, though. I understand why sometimes we are getting snow. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I used to have hella snowstorms when I was in school.
Yeah.
Every single week was a snow day, most likely. I think it's also the fact that, like the water, we have it around us, and we're an island. So I think that because we're an island, the water temperatures stay hotter because the Earth, climate change is possibly happening. That the water is staying hotter, and so it makes it less likely to snow, keeping it more humid in the air. Or less humid. I think it's just specifically the island, while other areas like I don't know, the middle of the United States, they're like literally like knee deep in snow. I'm friends with truckers.
So you're saying it's kind of like a reverse lake effect?
Yeah.
Huh?
So you're saying it's kind of like a reverse lake effect?
I think so.
It's like the water's staying a lot warmer, so it's not as
Yeah.
cold on the island. Because granted, it hasn't really been super cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember even 2018, 2019, I remember the polar vortex came down. We were hitting like minus 10.
Yeah, that's
Now we're lucky to hit 10.
that's what happens with the water. Like usually when it's summertime, the water is colder because it's just out of winter, and then when it's winter, the water is warmer because it had all summer to charge.
Yeah, it takes a lot more energy to heat up than it does
Dude.
the land and the air, right?
I remember being a kid, having to walk through 6-8 inch snowstorms. Well, because when I was a kid, we're fucking poor. Oh, we're still considered poor. You can't make a living now. Not in New York. But
lower middle class.
my mom didn't have a car, so she'd walk me to school. And when I was like in elementary school, and I remember being in a heavy puffer jacket, snowstorm, seeing 6-8 inches of snow. The snow was fucking taller than I was. And now it's like, hey, it's 60, 70 degrees in the middle of February. What the fuck happened? We can't say that global warming isn't real or global warming is not a hoax. Maybe it's not going to kill us as fast as, the extremists think, but it's doing fucking something.
It was colder in December, and it was colder in December and January than it is now. It's weird.
Exactly. This is supposed to be
And February is supposed to be the coldest fucking month out of the year.
The winter's supposed to be January, February,
March.
March.
I've even seen it snow in April before.
We got
You know what
snow
I'm saying?
we got snow this year for one day.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing last year. We got snow for one day.
I'm really worried about the summer and the growing season because I'm afraid it's going to hit like the high 90s. Bro, it was so hot last summer.
I know it was, especially like towards like even like first week of September when it was like super hot. We had like a crazy heat wave, and I think that was like the hottest it was that whole summer. Like this past September, it was like a whole week. It was in like the 90s. So I don't know, man. Like I feel like summer it always gets hotter as it goes on. Like I feel like August it just gets hotter and hotter. Like it's weird.
Then
like it doesn't really get cold until November now.
When September hits in October, it gets crisp.
Like, me and him went to the beach on Labor Day this past September, and it was probably hotter than it was all summer. It's probably like 95. So it's just crazy, man.
The weather's been making no sense.
And like even like it's affecting duck season too because me and Charlie go duck hunting a lot and like it's not as cold so the ducks don't move as much and it's not as snowy so the ducks don't move as much, so it's been like a lesser season as it's gotten warmer. But I don't really know. I mean, some people, here's the thing too, like we could just be in a weird 10-year cycle where it's like hotter than normal and then it'll be colder than normal and then it'll maybe be regular in 30 years. But like I don't really know. I mean, there's people that do say that like and I think this is the opinion of most scientists where it's going to be like a problem. Like global warming is a problem, but it's not it's not going to be as extreme.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you feel like how all these big companies, especially car companies, tech companies, they're trying to go green? Like when I watched the keynote for the new iPhone that came out in September, their entire big thing was they want to reduce emissions by this time and this date. Do you think that all these goals, EVs, are going to have an effect?
No, because lithium mining is just as bad as like mining for gasoline, and it's gonna create the lithium wars. And then here's the thing: you still need to plug in your electric vehicle and your electric truck, and they don't even have electric trucks yet. So it's like you need all this diesel power to still do all the shipping. You need all this diesel power to run the tanks and the jets. You need all this diesel power to fly the planes for all these billionaires and the ships and all this shit. So most of the pollution is caused by shipping and military as opposed to everyday citizens traveling to and from work, especially because cars are more fuel efficient now. I mean, my car, I got a new car because ripped my Altima. It's a 10-gallon tank and it takes me the same amount, the same mileage as my Altima did at 17 gallons. And so it's cheaper and it's burning more efficient. We also have eco modes, hybrids. So like for the average consumer, our footprints decrease, but for the big spenders of that, meaning the military and shipping companies, it's still the same, if not more. So I'm not really. It might make a small impact, but not enough to really, in my mind, make a difference.
I'm gonna throw you a theory real quick.
Okay.
What if it's actually just like it is like what you said, the cycle, but it's not every 10 years? It's starting to ramp up because we're coming to that point where things are going to get hotter and hotter and hotter, and it's going to get really hot, and then it's going to, obviously fires everywhere. It's going to cause smog to cover the entire atmosphere. You're not going to be able to see the sun, and then it's just going to come back in cycle to an ice age. And we restart the cycle over again.
It could do that, yeah. I mean, I think what's going to be interesting, though, is if we actually did hit an ice age when the Civil War happened. That was actually the coldest humanity's been since the other ice age.
Yeah, but I don't think that can be considered an ice age. Ice age is like everybody.
Oh, you're talking about like the
snowball Earth. He's talking about.
talking
Talking about Sid the Sloth type of ice age.
Mammoth, my man. 5.
3.
I was,
So-
I
so-
thought the same number. I was like 5. I was like,
So
is there even 5 of them?
There is.
Oh my god.
So here's my theory.
Fuck, you got them on
Here's
speed dial.
here's my theory. The United States government would never let that happen, and we'll just start like launching like fucking fire bombs into the sky or whatever. To
Yeah,
like,
but that
make it
you see,
harder.
that's the funny thing of what you're saying is that will literally cause it more.
Oh, what if we just put a giant vacuum in space and started sucking that shit up?
Space is a vacuum. You fucking idiot.
Oh my god, did you just Oh my god. Did you just go full spaceball, bro? This guy just went full spaceball, wants a giant space vacuum? Oh my god.
Well, there's a reason I'm voting for Trump. So like, but not. Nah, that dude really said, "Can we launch a missile at the hurricane?" And I was like, you know what? That dude's got my vote.
You know what he
Just a
said?
missile, a nuke.
Oh, he said a nuke.
He said,
Nuke.
"Is there any way we can inject Clorox into ourselves?
Did he
Think
really
that would
say
help
that?
coronavirus?" He did say.
Maybe some UV lights. UV light. That was
He
good.
talked about injecting ourselves with Clorox
He's like, oh well, bleach
to
is pretty
combat
clean.
coronavirus.
Maybe
Yeah.
we could get that in us somehow. Maybe we could have it clean out our blood.
Just get the planes with all Lysol. Get the crop.
Oh god, the
dusters.
real chemtrails.
Yeah. Get the crop dusters. Put them all with Lysol and just start spraying away.
Yo, I'd huff some. Yo, did I tell you about the time?
Only south of the border.
Did I tell you about the? Did I tell you about the time I microdosed on mustard gas?
What the fuck?
So what happened was.
How do you microdose on mustard
So
gas?
so this is when I was working at the radio station. No,
He said the Heinz was
I
hitting.
tell the fucking story. So I was at work at the radio station back in the day, and this is fuck you. So the radio station was in an airport, and they cleaned all the toilets, and I forgot to flush the toilet. Well, it had bleach in it, so I'm pissing in bleach, right? And I'm like starting to cough and shit like that.
Gay.
and
I'm interested.
And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I pissed in bleach. The ammonia in my pee is going to make mustard gas. So I flush the toilet and I get back on air, right? Because I'm a co-host of the show. I'm like, I just accidentally microdosed on mustard gas. So I'm talking about fucking... I thought you were dapping me up. No. So I'm talking on air about it. And the show was over and everyone's like laughing, whatever. And these cops come up to me and they're like... So, you know how to make mustard gas, huh? And I'm like, no, I just peed in the wrong place. And they were just like, yeah, You basically just told everyone on air how to make mustard gas. And I was like, you know what? I need a lawyer. And then I just walked back in the studio and I locked the fucking door.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is usually a moment that I have. However, he has stolen the spotlight in this situation.
Better call Saul.
Yeah.
Found in his natural habitat.
Accidentally creating
Chicanery.
terror incidences.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Stop it. Get some help.
Celtics Shaquille O'Neal with icy hot.
As Randy Orton once said on Twitter, my dick's bigger than you. And it's heavier too.
Also, apparently, what the hell's the actor's name who played Darth Vader one more time? Oh, James Earl Jones. Apparently, James Earl Jones is a top 20 selling singer on the billboards, according to Barone.
Shut the fuck. Okay, so I thought he was like that guy. You know what I mean? The guy. The fuck Paul Robeson.
So I had brought up the movie Dr. Strangelove, which is a 1960s movie by Stanley Kubrick. Basically about a rogue Air Force general who goes crazy and decides to nuke Russia. I was telling Anthony about it because, given his past history as a card-carrying communist,
Shut the fuck up. We don't talk about that.
he would probably enjoy it because it's pretty interesting. It's supposed to be a comedy. I don't see it as a comedy, unfortunately, given today's tensions, but it is very interesting.
Alright guys, who is he?
Jeff, shut the fuck up.
Yo, guys, who am I?
So I was telling him about it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's James Earl Jones' first movie." And he's like, "Oh yeah, you mean that singer guy? He was on Broadway." And I'm like,
He was on Broadway. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what I thought.
and then I literally look over to him.
Bring you a hit single.
Father by the one and only James Earl Jones.
So I look over to him, and I'm like, "Anthony, there is literally 2 major roles that he has played that you could have named, and I would have been fine with. if anybody's been living under a Dwayne Johnson, those two roles are Darth Vader and Mufasa from The Lion King.
He was Mufasa?
Yes.
Yes. So for context, from the
news
age
to
of
me, too.
15 to 22, I just read books about Lenin, and I shut out all popular culture because I'm like, this is capitalist decadence and bad. And then I actually like touched grass, and I was like, oh wait a minute, this is actually like not a way to live. So yeah,
So you never saw The Lion King?
Wait, going
Back
back.
when you were a kid, you never seen The Lion King?
I didn't know the dude that played Mustafa was fucking Darth Vader.
Wait, going back to what he just said. The way you just said Dwayne Johnson, like that sounds under Dwayne. That sounds like someone's nickname for their, their Weenie Hut Jr.
Yeah, yeah, he's The Rock. So if you're going under Dwayne Johnson.
How about you get a load of Dwayne Johnson down there?
Get a Dwayne Johnson under here. How about that? Get some nice DJ in there.
I mean, it's like my librarian.
I got
It's
another.
my dentist, Johnny Sins.
So when I was in college, we used to call everything a.
He's a lawyer.
He's also an
I thought
astronaut.
he was. Yeah.
it's my favorite teacher.
He sends a vacuum up into space.
He fixed my pipes.
Yeah.
So apparently Johnny Sins was actually supposed to be sent into space with Asa Akira and shoot a space porn.
Why did that not happen?
Oh, would you want to spend
Where can I
the
find this
$30 million
information?
to send two porn stars into space to fuck, then come down?
Yes.
Oh, they're gonna
You
come down.
have $30 million?
Oh, they're gonna come down. All right.
Alone.
And he'll be in debt for the next 10 years.
No, but they want.
I gotta restart.
No, but they wanted to. It was originally just pitched as an idea, like, what if we shot a porn in space? But I'm pretty sure they wanted to turn it into like a whole research mission about the possible dynamics of having sex in a zero-G environment. If we were to send people further away.
That makes me think. I forget which YouTuber this was. I'm probably wrong, but I feel like it was Moist Critical said that they had an idea for a porno, and this might have been Moist Critical, it might have not been, where
Oh yeah, it was definitely chill.
they were going to shoot a porno. It was gonna be the YouTuber. He's gonna come in, do his little,
He's
thing.
gonna come in.
Yeah, he was gonna come in. They were gonna do all that little porn talk, this, that, and then
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Then he was gonna go, all right, I'm gonna go and get into something comfortable. And then he leaves the room, and then a big black man comes in dressed like him, and then that's where the porn actually starts.
Was it Jason Love? Jason Love? Was it Jason? Is that his name? Jason Love?
Are you talking about a YouTuber or a porno?
Yes.
What do you think I'm talking about?
How do you know this man's name? No further questions, Ron.
I plead the fifth.
You be a me to gay day.
No further questions.
During February is crazy.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
Your case is fast.
Did I tell you about the time that I used to call everything Johnson, like I used to use it as like an adverb
Jizzy.
or Jizzy. So I'm at work one day in my professional radio job, and in college we would call everything a Johnson, bro. I had no idea it meant dick. Okay, so I go to my
Even
boss,
Dwayne?
right?
I'm missing my Johnson.
So I'm like, yo, can you hand me my Johnson over there? And he goes, what did you say to me? And I'm like, my Johnson, like my computer, my laptop charger. And he's like, you do know what Johnson means, right? And I'm like, no. And he's like, it means penis. And I was like, you just told me to hand me your penis. And I was like, I was like, no.
Gonna hand it over or no?
That's when you look him dead in the eyes and you say, you fucking heard me.
I know what I said.
Some of this steel DJ, you know what I'm saying? Some of this steel Dwayne Johnson, you know?
Dwayne Johnson, J. Dwayne.
I'm gonna throw a curveball into the conversation.
Okay.
What celebrities do you think like overthink, like really just like praise their own fucking penis?
Zendaya.
Drake.
Yo, Drake! Yo, I remember. Yo.
Nick
Wait.
Cannon.
Oh, that dude.
works real well. He's got 30 kids.
That's why I said it.
It might not look great, but it works.
Kanye is definitely on there, bro. Kanye definitely thinks it's the
Nah,
fucking thing.
I'm a genius.
Ray J.
Listen,
He hit it first, you know.
listen. I think Nick Cannon was the perfect subject for that because he's got
Right.
like 12 fucking kids and he still pays child support for
He's
it.
got
every single-
kids with 14 baby mamas, bro.
He
Make
said,
it make
"Bang,
sense.
reload, bang, reload, bang." You know.
Yeah, that guy's just letting it rip, man.
Nick Cannon's gonna replace the human population.
When you get like an infinite,
Is the
When you did any of you guys see those interviews where Nick Cannon was talking about what celebrity he'd like to have his next kid? He was picking them out.
So I think this is incredibly racist, but I'm sure a decent amount of people listening in here have heard about the great replacement theory.
Oh yeah.
But I just want to say that Nick Cannon is himself embodying the great replacement. He is the one who will replace everybody. Eventually, everybody will just be descended from him.
You think-
He's a modern Genghis Khan, if you think about it.
You think after 30 women, he's gonna have like 60 children? I mean, there's like at least five children per person to fight.
He's gonna have like a lineage of 5,000 people within 20 years.
I mean, listen, like what is that? Like 100 people, 100 kids per like each one of us.
You know I can't.
So you assuming he's gonna be running the Ultimate Fighter with all of his fucking
I
children?
mean, we had a Nissan Altima to use. I mean,
What? What did you say about Nissan Altima?
I said we had a Nissan Altima to use. Had keyword.
to use.
You came at me like that. I'll come back at you.
He's gonna be like a great grandfather to like 15.
Nick Cannon?
Yeah, he's gonna
Oh,
be like
100%.
15 great grandchildren. Yeah.
no, even more. I say
Yeah.
Like Adam and Eve. He's Adam.
Like it should be royalty. Yeah.
million Eves.
There's a million
You know
Eves.
how they had like King Louis the Seventh? Like it'll just be like Sir Nick Cannon the Seventh.
You ever
like,
think
it's
about
crazy.
that? Like, you ever think about where the name Cannon comes from?
His cock.
Like, yeah,
his
fucking. What's your
ancestors were
name?
doing that?
Susan Cannon? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I got
But
a
like where his
cannon, dog.
ancestors doing all that?
But like, that's what I'm wondering. Where?
I'm gonna be
Or, like,
so
he
real.
has like 30 or like 100 distant relatives.
Listen, he might have a cannon, but Drake has a missile.
You know what's gonna lead? You know what's gonna lead to the great replacement? Nick Cannon and big booty Latinas.
Why do you say that? Big booty Latina.
Anthony, you're the last person
Stop
to be saying anything
projecting.
about that, but the way you look, okay?
Stop projecting.
Cállate, culero.
What did you say, bitch?
Cállate, loquero, pinche güey.
This is America, sir. This is America. I don't speak that.
La puta madre.
Can you speak fucking English?
For all the people at home, cover your ears.
For all the minors, cover your ears.
All right, so how about that Super
La
Bowl?
puta madre.
I don't know. So who's play? Wait. So is who's?
It's the Chiefs versus the 49ers.
So which one? Do either of them have Travis Kelce on?
Travis Kelce is on the Chiefs.
So
He's the one with Taylor Swift.
He is
Apparently, so when the Chiefs win, if that's how the NFL has it set up,
There's no
Travis
set.
Kelce is supposedly going to propose to Taylor Swift. Is that something I could bet on if he's actually going to
No,
do it?
that's not. They've been dating
I'm sure
for
somebody in
months.
Vegas will take that bet. Okay, people get married after the first.
I made a
Another
bet.
perfect example. Nick Cannon dated Mariah Carey for what, 6 months before he married her?
I mean, he's built different. He's built different.
Infinite.
Let me tell you though. I admit that I think that the NFL is rigged, and so I bet $20 on the Chiefs. I'm like 100% they're gonna. It has to. I've seen someone say
how
the
it's
script
going down.
online. If they get it, it's rigged.
I'm putting money on the 49ers now.
Taylor
This kid is
Swift-
never
Buffalo
right.
Bills to not even beat them. Yo,
You're betting on my
For the-
desire to be wrong.
for the
betting on his
AFC or
downfall.
NFC Championship, whatever it was, when the Bills were playing the Chiefs, the Bills were up like 24-3. And then all of a sudden, Kansas City just comes all the way back and wins the fucking game. And the kicker on the Bills just so happens to miss the game-tying field goal. Like,
No,
they had to write
set up
out.
in their favor.
They had to write out millions of dollars of checks just so they could have the Taylor Swift fan base arc thing, because they
Dude.
know that having her involved in the NFL has done more to appeal to women than ever before.
I am betting that Taylor Swift is going to make the last touchdown in the game for the Chiefs.
listen,
Bring her in. Yeah.
going
They're gonna
back
bring
to
her in.
what you
She's gonna hold the
said.
kick for the guy.
Nimble. She's not a big target.
Going back to what you
By
said.
4.
If I was dating Mariah Carey for 6 months, I'd fucking propose too.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You're dating
Carey.
Taylor Swift. She just helped your career make a lot of money.
Taylor Swift
and
is
because
built
of that,
like a 2x4.
yes, but because of that, you see Kelsey's on every fucking commercial now. This guy's getting bread.
I have not seen one commercial with Travis Kelce. I got to be honest with you.
I did not
He did
care
the Pfizer
about who he was until
Pfizer and the vaccine commercials. He
I-
did one with his brother for the soup or whatever.
Everybody keeps saying that, but I have not seen one of these commercials.
They're all over the TV, bro.
Save us, Donald Trump.
Do you watch any?
Donald Trump, please save us, Donald Trump.
That was so funny. He was praying Donald Trump. For those of you that don't know what's going on, and then the fucking cops broke his window, dragged him out, and arrested the guy. He's like, I'm a sovereign citizen.
One of the culty MAGA, one of the culty MAGA people I mentioned earlier in the podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't believe in political cults in general. I think they're kind of gay, and it means you didn't get hugged enough as a child.
Says the communist.
X.
Damn, you broke up.
You said X
Yeah, it broke
3
up.
times. Are you making communist porn? You got 3 X's?
You know who else?
You might.
You know who else was a communist? Tony.
Just burp in the mic.
Starla.
I'm gonna be honest.
China. Huge. Like
I'm gonna be
Drake.
honest. I think that.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like that regular time and regular show and Adventure Time. I mixed the two up. I feel like that the shows back then they just don't exist nowadays. It's just really, really unfortunate. You know, like it's all kiddie shows. I hate it. I really hate it.
Mordecai and Rigby.
SpongeBob Square. No.
Hey, I was listening to
The CIA wanted to talk to Jeffrey Epstein alive. Now he's hanging from our ceiling. Resurrect Jeffrey Epstein or you're fired.
I will say I am super psyched for the Super Bowl to actually hear Sweet Victory this time in the halftime show. So I'm gonna have to turn on. It's great. It's great. You got Usher and Sweet Victory. I mean, it's just amazing. You know, it's like I go from Sweet Victory to.
I want to hear Daddy's Home.
No.
they go,
No, I want to hear. I want to hear.
Gojo to be at the.
You remind me of a girl. Oh, I can't wait. So excited.
I'm surprised Taylor Swift didn't get put in the halftime show, but I guess that would be too on the nose if they're going to let the Chiefs win.
If you know, you know, man. Usher's
I
Usher's a legend, bro.
Usher's.
Put his
I heard
name back
something
out
about,
there,
like,
man.
the
Get that
Grammys.
man some more money, bro.
I heard something.
Give him another
with
Grammy.
The Grammys.
No, the Grammys are done. The Grammys are over. She just did a. She just did a concert.
Apparently, you remember that show Victorious?
Of course.
Apparently, the dude who played Andre won a Grammy for producing. I forget what song he produced.
Black one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he was the only one. But apparently, he won a
It's
Grammy
okay, he's
for
Jewish.
producing. I forget what song it was, but he produced like a really famous song for somebody.
That's cool.
And he won a Grammy for it. Pretty sick.
While we're on the topic of Victorious,
Dude, Jade from
Who wants to talk
Victorious
about
could
Jan?
get it.
I want to talk about Dan Schneider.
No,
Bring all my bitches back.
So do
He
you?
had a really big foot fetish, apparently.
Jade
Humongous
from
foot guy.
Victorious.
Yes, and he
Could
also
get it.
apparently was
Ariana Grande, if you're
very.
watching.
He was very
Ariana
verbally
Grande
abusive
is man.
towards all of his underlings, all of his minor child actors.
It was so bad that Jeanette McCurdy made a book saying, "I'm glad my mom's dead." Pretty much.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, she did do that.
I'm not. I mean, I can't say for it. I mean, but I've heard of it. Apparently, Zoe 101, for those of a certain age who have watched that, fucking banger of a show. Let's be honest.
Jamie Lynn Spears. Love it.
Yeah, apparently the first kid Jamie Lynn Spears had was Dan Schneider's kid.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Well, really?
Yes.
Oh.
That he pretty much.
It wasn't her longtime high school boyfriend that I read about on Wikipedia. It was Dan Schneider.
You believe fucking Wikipedia?
Well, to be fair, only 20 people are making edits on there regularly. So
I'm 6 of them.
You're 6 of them.
Oh, and real quick, going back to what I said about the dude who played Andre, that song "Snooze" by SZA, he produced that and he won a Grammy for that.
Ah.
Here, fucking writing for the Wu-Tang Clan.
Hell
Yo.
yeah, bro. No, that's RZA. That's
Oh,
RZA. SZA's the singer, the chick.
Sorry,
It's right for Wu-Tang.
Can you imagine writing for Wu-Tang?
Yeah.
That would be fire.
When I was in Alabama, bro, I was playing Wu-Tang in the kitchens down there, and they were like, "Yo, who the fuck is playing this trash?"
Really?
And I was like, "What? Y'all don't know who Wu-Tang is?"
They weren't fucking with that Cream?
And they were like, "Who?"
That song Cream they got? Cash Rules Everything Around Me?
Yeah, they don't fuck with it.
Damn.
Bro, I was playing like everything. So So my job at Topgolf sent me down to Alabama to go work in the kitchens down there. I was opening up a new venue in Mobile where I was supposed to be if they didn't fire me over some bullshit that I'm not getting into today because I'm not slandering.
They had
But
fire
when I was
food.
down there, I was playing the Wu-Tang Clan, which is fairly well known, especially in New York. They started in Staten Island. No cash rules everything around me. But then I was playing it down in Alabama, and they were like, yo, who the fuck is this? And they're really into some guy from Texas called Big X the Plug. He's not bad. I give him that.
Big X the Plug. I don't even know who that is.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Well, clearly
Wait.
no one's ever heard of him.
Who's that one guy? Who's that one guy who lets all these guys fuck his wife?
What?
And his
Oh, that's Adam 22.
Adam 22.
Oh, yo,
Lean of the plug.
I did a
He-
whole podcast episode about that.
Yeah, he had
episode
he
about
had
that.
a game show, and the winner of the game show got to film a sex tape with his wife. He was in it.
I'm so
Why didn't I know about this?
Where you been?
He's a cuck. He's
Apparently he was trying to get Aiden Ross to like bang his wife.
dude, he wants everyone to bang his wife.
He's like, yo, I'm not gonna be friends with you unless you fuck my wife.
I did see that clip. I
See,
saw the
I
clip.
think OnlyFans is like, and don't get me wrong, like.
Oh, we're going there. This is where
Yeah,
we're
that's
going
where
there.
we're going. That's where we're going. Polyamory, bro. That shit's mad gay. I know that shit's been around for centuries, but like OnlyFans and the internet's just making it way
If
more
you don't
accessible.
have enough respect for your body to where you're not posting it on fucking Twitter promoting your free OnlyFans, go work at McDonald's. Go work at
Bro,
9 to
they're
5.
selling
Come
their
on.
butthole for $5. You can't. You're
$5.
selling your shit for a Big Mac, bro. That's crazy.
No respect for
It
your
really
own.
bothers me that I'm out here busting my ass. Right now I'm unemployed, but I was working like 14-hour shifts, cooking for, people who suck ass all day. And there's women selling pictures of their butthole online for like $40,000. I mean, Nico Avocado fucking sold pictures of his asshole. Explain that to me. Look up Nico Avocado. It's the soggiest asshole I've ever seen.
Hey, Trisha Paytas
Well,
with
this
that
is what-
crumpled toilet paper.
This is what bothers me. So, like, a lot of these girls, bro, when they turn 18, they look forward to making an OnlyFans. Like, that's so sad to me. Like, I get it, like, back in the 90s, everyone wanted to be a model, and then maybe some people did, like, porn, when porn was, like, really hard to get into. But, like, now it's, like, a rite of passage, it seems, to, like, just get on OnlyFans or get on the dating app as soon as you can. It's, like, scary, bro. Like,
I saw an article about how there's like a 1 person to every 1,000 Japanese porn stars, like 1 dude to every 1,000 Japanese porn stars. And I swear to God, I saw a meme about one guy was like, "I'm packing my fucking bags."
no.
Yeah, I don't think there's really a lot of male
porn stars.
Asian porn stars.
Yeah, exactly.
right?
So
Yeah.
like, I'm about
Small
to be the
pee-pee,
first.
don't go far.
I'm about to be the first.
So apparently, though, the Japanese just aren't that into fucking because this is just from what I've read. I'm no expert in this, as I've stated. But they estimate that by 2100, they say that there could be only 70 million Japanese people.
70 million?
And there's currently only 120 million Japanese people. So a decrease by about 50 million in 100 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ.
They're just not into it.
Yeah, that happened. That happened a little while ago. It was called Hiroshima.
That's a cool guy.
But yeah, so basically, yeah. It's like recently a Ukrainian-born woman in Japan won the Miss Japan competition. So, but now that they're starting to be like, okay, well, what does it mean to be Japanese with the declining birth rate and everything? She was Ukrainian-born, moved to Japan when she was about 2 years old. So she's fully Japanese, like culturally and everything. Only speaks really Japanese, but she's not. Doesn't quote unquote look Japanese. So everybody's like, well, can we call her Japanese then?
See, that's why.
So she's not Japanese. She's Ukraine, but she was just born in Japan.
No, she was Ukrainian, but then she moved to Japan when she was like 1 or 2 years old.
Wow.
She's fully Japanese and everything, like culturally and language-wise, and she won Miss Japan, the beauty contest.
But she doesn't look the
Well, she
part.
looks Ukrainian. She looks like, European.
Wow.
That would be like if me or you went to Japan at 1 or 2. But that's they're going to be forced to be multicultural, which is pretty based. That's why listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I am fully in support of the atomic bombing of Japan, and my only regret with the atomic program.
We're not going there.
My only regret with the atomic bomb is that we didn't get to use it on Germany. That's my only regret. So anyway,
You're not going there.
what is this that you're looking at?
This cannot be posted.
I want to see Nico Avocado's butthole. Let me see it.
Butthole to atomic bombing
Just
Japan.
say nice guy, just for clarity.
We should have done it
bro,
to
this is just a
Germany, too,
reminder for you.
honestly.
Please cut that out. Cut the whole thing out. Just break the entire podcast.
What'd you say?
No. So I was leaving a message for you to find later.
I fucking hate that, dude. Oh man, now I gotta look for that shit.
Because I looked at the camera, I was like, bro, this is a message for you later. Delete all this. Kill it.
No, I'm not cutting it.
You have to cut out that part.
No, I don't care.
All right, guys. How do we feel about mewing?
What is that?
So it's the act.
Bro, Tony, pass him the mic when he talks.
It's so over for you.
Shut the fuck up. What is mewing?
It's the act of pressing your tongue up onto the roof of your mouth and suction cupping it to where it shifts
like,
your
neck
jaw
to
forward.
make it look like kind of strong,
Yeah.
so like that you don't have.
It
like,
brings your
so
jaw.
that you don't have like neck fat or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do I feel about mewing? I think it's stupid.
What about look maxing, as Derek say? Look maxing.
Look maxing.
Bye-bye.
Okay, what is look maxing?
Just it's a Sigma retard way of trying to look good on TikTok.
Are you still looking for Nico Avocado's asshole?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I think it's fucking stupid. All this looks maxing thing, whatever the fuck he's talking about. I think it's fucking stupid. I think mewing is funny. Like
Isn't that a Pokemon
someone said, someone said I was like.
Yeah.
Mew.
Yeah, Mew
too.
Yeah, Mewtwo. That's what I'm talking about. Mewtwo. Yeah.
Nah,
I love
stop
Mew Mew.
doing that shit.
Yo, Mew Mew.
What is that? Ah! Oh my god! What the? Was that his penis?
You saw his mother.
Was that his penis?
Gentlemen.
No way.
That's crazy.
That's disgusting. I just saw a morbidly obese
I'm a little
penis.
concerned that you were able to find that.
Yeah, this dude, you calling me gay?
I'll find anything. I'm fucking Jamie here, bro.
Oh yeah, he is our Jamie. He is our Jamie. for
This is
today.
like this is like Jamie if you went to fucking Grove Street.
I love.
Shit, here we go again.
I love how my podcast is like super serious 95% of the time, and then now we're looking at like big obese penis.
Nikado avocado.
Let me see. What do we got
He
here?
just looked at me and said that like we were
What is
serious
this?
80% of the time, and now we're looking at images.
Ah!
Look at my face.
We
Look at my
can't show
face.
this on the podcast, by the way. This is just.
I'm not looking at
Yeah,
that.
no, we can't show
I'm
that.
not looking at that.
That's horrible. Okay.
You see what I found?
I'm not looking at that.
You got it, Tony. You got to see it. No,
I'm not
you
looking
have
at
to
that.
look at it.
Nobody else needs to suffer.
I'm making eye contact with the camera.
Mew Mew.
You better. Okay, so looks maxing. Okay, listen. I think if you want to make yourself look better, like by all means. But if it's through plastic surgery, that's kind of
It's
gay.
not plastic surgery. So I feel like the entire fucking Sigma male TikTok culture.
Yeah.
It's just evolving, and it's evolving into like these guys on TikToks. They have a course school called Mogwarts, and it's.
No.
How deep did you go down the rabbit hole?
I went way too deep.
So I would like
those
to
videos are
announce
just
that I'm
so
hanging
funny.
myself tonight.
Yeah, me too.
Also, don't you have... No, that doesn't even need for the podcast, but don't you have a HyperX Quadcast?
What?
A microphone, HyperX Quadcast.
What the fuck is that? No, I don't have that.
Okay, well, I guess I'll bring it next time if anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a microphone that basically I can set it. I don't even need the mic for this.
Well, then stop fucking talking if you don't want it on.
Not for the podcast.
But why are you talking to you? But it has to be on the podcast.
So basically, it's a mic that can do any time. It's a fucking circular audio mic. So I can fucking get mic everywhere. You don't need this fucking little stupid cable shit.
Well, if this fucking thing would work properly, I could have multiple microphones.
We fucking rigged it in the
this about-
kitchen.
yeah, but it's like I got it to work once, but like I only
Scott
all
Pilgrim.
the times I use it for work, I only use it for 2 mics.
Sounds like a personal problem.
So it's like I kind of
Posted
forgot how to
sponsored by
put it
McDonald's
into the
Shamrock
channel.
Shake. I love you.
What?
What am I missing when I go into
This-
this conversation with him?
This post is
No,
sponsored by
it's
Nika
the boss.
Kato's
It's like a side
Sagiet.
Yikes! That's crazy information.
What?
It's a little Easter egg for you to find later on.
All right, so I have no problem with people changing their appearance if they want to look better and all that shit, but the Sigma male shit's so gay because like every time I'll go on
I think it's so funny.
but it's like literally like you'll see Andrew Tate like, oh yeah, bro, you just need to stop being a bitch and fucking lift weights, bro. And it's like, can you suck my dick? You're literally in hiding in Romania because you fucking raped children. Like,
we're
what the
going
fuck?
we're going on the Andrew Tate rabbit hole right
Bro,
now.
I quit my professional job in journalism because they were forcing me to write positively about Andrew Tate. And I'm like, what? This has nothing to do with the article I'm writing about. Why do I have to ham fist this guy in? What are you two talking about?
You know, you realize what he was like arrested for was
Wasn't
like
he arrested for
only
trafficking?
sex trafficking, but it was through OnlyFans girls.
Yeah, he was setting up like cam girls that were
And
not
taking the
there
money.
from their free will.
Oh, so he'd like chain him to a bed and put a camera in there and just say, I perform?
I mean, that's a little oversimplified.
This is still
It sounds like Andrew
this
Tate.
is still all alleged because he's been in prison and house arrest for almost a year now, and they haven't
It's been longer than a year.
they haven't
about a year.
they haven't convicted him on anything. It's just the Romanian government; they could just do whatever the fuck they want.
It's been alleged, but like basically I was writing a story about male loneliness and how like, our counterparts in their 20s, like 30 years ago in the 90s, had about like 10 to 15 close friends, whereas today people our age are reporting about 2 to 3. So and they're more comfortable with talking to their parents about stuff as opposed to their friend group. So I was just talking about these statistics because a lot of people that were reading that newspaper at the time were our parents' age. So I'm like, oh, this is like something cool. Like maybe talk to your kids and see how they're doing. And to help defeat this loneliness problem. So they were like, oh yeah, talk about Andrew Tate and how he says men shouldn't be weak and just fucking da-da-da. And I'm like, there's so many other great role models for men out there. Like, why do I have to use Andrew Tate? Like, why do you have such a hard-on for this guy? And it's just like, if I talked... That was the time when all that stuff was blowing up and was in popular culture. So I was like, if I do this, like, this is going to take away from everything I was talking about in this article. So... It was a back and forth thing. And I was like, fuck this shit. I'm out. There was so many other things going on, but I was like, fuck this. I'm out of here. I'm not writing about this and taking away because my name's on. I couldn't even use a fucking pseudonym. I was gonna call myself fucking Power Midget or something, but no. Power Midget. Yo, they wouldn't let me do it.
Singer formerly known as James Earl Jones.
But with hit single,
Don't forget about the album "I Am Your Father."
All right.
It's Mustafa, not Mufasa.
I thought,
that dude's from the gym.
bro, I just saw him today too. That's why I think that's where I got it from. And it's so funny because I thought Mustafa was like, I'm like, oh yeah, the guy from.
brother.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But I was like, oh wait a minute, he's named after the guy in The Lion King, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, no, it's not it.
I just think it's very interesting to see because there's been a huge cultural shift, especially on the left, over the past 10 years, and now seeing how it's affected the right with like younger audiences who are looking up to people like Andrew Tate, Nico, Aiden Ross, and it's just interesting to watch because it's like I feel like if you take bits and pieces from each argument, it's better, but always one way or the other, like going too extreme is just then you end up like Nico getting the shit beat out of him by Sean Strickland today
But that's the thing. There's like,
or yesterday.
no, it was like a couple days ago, yesterday, day before, maybe even earlier this week. Yeah, no, he gets fucking wrecked. But but no, I
He's
see what
also
you're saying
cocked.
because it's like there's decent points. Like I fucking hate Andrew Tate, but like every now and then he makes a decent point where it's like you got to get out of your own head and everything.
The majority of the shit that he said was for attention, and he got it. He got the attention. All the stuff he said about girls, like it was on purpose.
Is
said
that the dude
way.
that had Gorlock the Destroyer on his podcast?
No, I don't think so.
What? No, what?
That is
Ross
funny.
and Sneeko, yes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You are correct.
Okay, so like, OnlyFans was like a huge thing to just get people triggered. Like a lot of it's a grift. It's so funny how like we have like such a decentralized platform. Like this conversation would never be possible 20 years ago, and we have all this ability.
Contrary.
Well, it wouldn't be recorded and easily disseminated to YouTube.
I agree with that, but I'm saying like nowadays they're just so uptight and let me get the mic for this.
Yeah.
Like things like I feel like back then you would have all the authority to be able to do it because whatever happens, everyone could say everything. Nowadays you say one thing and everybody remembers it. Like I'm not saying that obviously he was right. EDP 445. Like he's still.
I'm just here for a cupcake.
He still to this day has people calling the places that he goes to work at, and he gets fired.
Yeah.
Like he's still to this day. He posted something, and now he's being hunted down every day. Now, don't get me wrong. He was wrong, horrifically wrong.
He tried fucking a child, and he got caught big
Exactly.
time.
Good evening, Twitter.
I think that is more of a problem with our justice system to where nothing could be done to get this guy locked up at all, to where people feel the need to take justice into their own fucking hands and try and ruin this guy's life.
I agree with that.
To be fair, though, when that whole situation unfolded, the predator poachers, the guy that got EDP, they were not similar to Catch a Predator.
Oh no, I know they fucked up. They
Yeah,
couldn't
that's
use
what.
it in
That's mostly what
legal evidence.
fucked them, because they weren't officially working with the law enforcement. So it's like, it is definitely a justice system, but they did go about it the wrong way as well. They should have at least been in contact with somebody from the legal system. Are you recording me?
I'm putting it on my story.
Ooh.
Thank you, gentlemen, for being on the podcast tonight. This was a lot of fun.
This was an honor. I've never done a podcast before, so this is cool.
Thank you for the thank you.
This is my third time on the show.
I want to fuck
actually
Michelle Obama.
Miss Obama, get down!
And also peep out that album by James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I Am Your Father by James Earl Jones, 1985.
All right, and
hit single Mustafa.
and this podcast has been sponsored by Jeffrey, our local Jew.
I'm actually not the local anymore. That goes to my buddy here.
He's
He's dual wielding.